My name is Lisa. I'm a working mother living with my husband, Noah, and our daughter, Madison. When Madison was still little, the company Noah worked for went bankrupt. I had quit my job to get married, so we were in a pretty tough situation financially.
Mom, the spaghetti is delicious. The tuna and cabbage are so good.
Yeah, it's really tasty.
Really? I'm glad to hear that. Today, Mrs. Yamada gave me a ride in her car. She took me to a super cheap supermarket and a discount butcher shop in the neighboring town.
I love Mrs. Yamada. She's so kind.
She really is so helpful. We're very grateful to her.
Absolutely. Thanks to Mrs. Yamada, we were able to buy a lot for a very low price.
That's great. When I grow up, I'll buy a house for you and Dad.
Wow. Thank you, Madison.
We were living in poverty, but Madison always found ways to cheer up Noah and me. Thanks to her kind words and adorable smile, we enjoyed a happy and joyful life every day. Then, one night.
I'm home.
Welcome back, Kosushi.
How's it going? Living alone is fine, but you should drop by sometime so we don't worry.
Are you staying over?
No, Madison. I'm just here to pick up some clothes.
Have you had dinner yet? You're welcome to join us if you'd like.
Grandma took me to a fancy barbecue place. Seems like you're stuck with Mom's poor man's meal. Too bad.
This is our eldest son, Kosushi, who is now a high school freshman. The truth is, my mother-in-law is wealthy and dotes on Kosushi. Kosushi is very attached to her as well. This made her even more fond of him, so she set him up in his own apartment when he started high school. My mother-in-law has always been critical of me and doesn't get along with Noah, so we are estranged. Kosushi receives financial support from her and gets pocket money every time he visits. Eventually, when Madison was in college, my mother-in-law passed away.
Hey, look at this, Madison. It's the latest collection from a popular fashion brand.
Whatever.
Are you sure you should be spending so much money? You need to plan your expenses better.
Ugh, you're so annoying. I'm an adult, so I can spend my money however I want.
Mom said that because you spend money like a kid, that's why she mentioned planning.
I don't need a lecture from a student.
That's exactly why you should listen when someone tells you to change.
You're so annoying.
There you go again. Whenever you're faced with facts, you just say unrelated things.
My mother-in-law left a will, and most of her estate was inherited by Kosushi. Since then, Kosushi has been on a spending spree, buying brand name items, and I have been worried about him. A few months later, I was spending the day at home because I had a day off from work, and Kosushi came back after a long time, but... Welcome back, Kosushi. Who is this?
This is my girlfriend, Humina. She's the daughter of the CEO of AKN Corp.
Nice to meet you. I'm Humina. But what is this tiny, shabby house? It looks like a doghouse. I doubt even a large dog could live here.
Right? Oh, we're moving in together, so I'm just here to pick up the rest of my stuff.
With that, Kosushi and Fumina quickly packed up the remaining few items and left. Seeing them, I felt a bit uneasy about their future. A few years after Kosushi completely moved out, we received a message from Kosushi saying he had married Fumina. They wanted to formally greet us, so Noah and I went to the specified restaurant.
Right, so I need to tell you something important. We're not inviting poor people to our wedding.
You see, we're having the ceremony at a luxury hotel, and you guys would stand out in a bad way.
Not inviting us? We're the parents of the groom. Are you saying we can't attend?
Kosushi, are you serious about this?
Of course I am. It's only natural. Who would want poor people at their wedding? Anyone would be embarrassed if people found out that such poor folks attended.
My dad is spending a lot of money to make this a very extravagant wedding. If you come, it'll ruin everything.
Wait a minute.
Parents not attending their own son's wedding?
You don't need to worry about it.
We're cutting ties with you as of today.
Wait, did you just say you're cutting ties?
Kosushi, you can't just say something like that.
You guys are strangers to us now.
We won't have any more family relations with you.
Do you really think you can make such a decision on your own?
We're family, right? You have a sister, Madison.
Stay out of our lives from now on.
Make sure to tell your low-life sister as well.
Noah and I simply replied, all right, and went home. We told Madison everything, but she seemed unfazed and said it wouldn't change anything. 2 weeks later.
Hello, Mom. It's Kosushi.
Oh, calling already? What do you need?
Weren't you the one who told us to stay out of your lives?
Wait. Dad, you're there too?
Don't just chat idly. My dad said he won't pay for the wedding anymore. He was all smiles before, but suddenly changed his attitude.
Oh, is that so? That must be tough.
You two are grown adults. Stop relying on your dad and pay for it yourselves.
Don't mess with us. We know this is your fault.
We went to your house to confront you, but it's gone.
Oh, we moved out a while ago.
Why didn't you tell us?
Exactly. You should have informed us when you moved.
We cut ties, remember?
That's right. You can't expect us to inform you.
Enough. Give us your address now. We're coming over.
Why should we give it to you?
How can we come over if we don't know the address?
You don't need to come. We have no business with you.
Exactly. There's no need to give you the address.
Stop messing around. We're serious here.
Oh, is that so?
Then you come here. Right now. Got it?
With that, Kosushi and Fumina hung up the phone. Reluctantly, we went to Kosushi's house, bringing Madison along.
Long time no see, big brother, and nice to meet you, Fumina. I'm his sister, Madison.
What? This is your sister.
Why did you bring Madison? She has no charm at all.
And you have nothing close to being handsome, big brother. Anyway, since we went out of our way to come here, at least offer us something to drink.
I didn't invite you.
Madison, enough. So, about what you mentioned on the phone. It involves Madison. That's why we brought her along.
What does Madison have to do with this?
Exactly. How is Kosushi's sister involved in this?
Madison is a freelance designer, and Aiken Corp directly hired her.
Ha! Madison is a designer, and AKAN Corp hired her directly. You've got to be joking.
Actually, I'm quite popular, and my name is fairly well known in the industry.
That's impossible. You grew up in that shabby house.
Exactly. A poor family living in a doghouse couldn't possibly do that.
What are you talking about?
Madison earns more than Fumina's father.
That's ridiculous. Are you mocking us?
Who would believe such a lie?
Enough of this. Everything they are saying is true.
Kosushi and Fumina didn't believe a word we said. Then, someone showed up. That someone was.
Dad? Why are you here?
Father-in-law, what brings you here so suddenly?
Madison contacted me. What on earth are you two doing?
Well, this rude one is my sister.
So what? Madison is an indispensable asset to Aiken Corp.
What? How is Madison?
The company was stagnating, so we asked her to design a new product. It was a huge hit. So this time, despite her busy schedule, we asked her again.
Madison is a client. I had no idea.
Someone who lived in a doghouse like that. Who would think they'd become someone so important?
That doesn't mean you can just get married without permission.
Or cut ties with your family. Kosushi, you've always been inconsiderate. And so are you, Fumina.
I am not inconsiderate.
If you were sensible, you would have stopped my brother when he said something unreasonable.
What do you mean I?
Shut up, both of you, Kosushi and Fumina, listen carefully. I'll never forgive you for disrespecting Mom and Dad.
Madison was visibly furious about Kosushi and Fumina's behavior and words up to now. Kosushi and Fumina seemed a bit taken aback by Madison's anger, but...
Don't bring personal issues into this.
Exactly. Mixing personal feelings with work is so childish.
You seem to be misunderstanding something. I haven't mixed personal feelings with work. That's why I never mentioned anything and accepted the job offers from Aiken Corp.
What? What do you mean by that?
I've heard about you and Fumina from Mom and Dad sometimes. So when I first got an offer from Aiken Corp, I seriously hesitated. But I decided to take it and give it my all because I thought work was separate.
Then you should just keep working as usual.
Yeah, but you both said you wanted no further involvement with us, right? So I think I might change my approach too.
Don't mess with me. You're always so arrogant. I don't care if you're a designer or whatever. Stop talking down to us.
Yeah. And show some respect. I'm older than you.
Ridiculous. If you want me to speak politely, then be on the same level as me. Oh, but that's impossible, right? You've always relied on Grandma. And Fumina, you still depend on Daddy, even though you're an adult.
What? Did you just call me an old woman? I'm still young.
Anyone over 30 is an adult. I love women like Mrs. Yamada and the neighborhood ladies, but I hate mean, disrespectful people like you.
Madison, Fuminette is beautiful. You shouldn't talk to her like that.
I don't have to listen to someone as rude as you. If you don't change your attitude, I'll really terminate my contract with Aiken Corp. And I won't work with Aiken Corp or its affiliates ever again.
Hearing Madison's words, Kosushi and Fumina.
You're kidding me. That's what it means to mix personal feelings with work.
Oh, really? Is there a rule that says you can't mix personal feelings with work?
As a professional, you should keep those things separate.
Oh, well, I'm still a student, so I guess I'm safe then.
What kind of attitude is that? I didn't want to live in poverty, so I relied on Grandma. That's how I lived a wealthy life.
So what? That doesn't change the fact that you didn't value your family.
You're just jealous because I lived a privileged life.
I've never once been jealous of you. Sure, we were poor, but I loved eating the delicious meals Mom made with our family of 3. I was very happy, and I loved our life no matter how poor we were. But you just ran away without appreciating our family.
I didn't run away.
You did. What's so disgraceful about laughing together as a family every day? Mom and Dad are kind and hardworking. What's so disgraceful about that?
I can't eat that poor quality food.
Right. Bulk buying from discount stores screams poverty.
Enough! What's disgraceful about parents working hard for their children?
Whoa.
I understand now why the usually calm Madison is so angry at you too. Madison, I will sever all ties with Fumina and Kosushi. So, can we continue our business relationship?
Of course. I believed you would understand.
Thank you, Madison. As of today, I'm cutting ties with you too. Pack your things and leave immediately.
Kosushi and Fumina were living in a condo bought by the CEO. However, the property was still in the CEO's name, so they had no ownership rights. Additionally, the CEO declared he was cutting ties with them due to their disrespectful remarks towards Madison, me, and Noah. With even the CEO severing ties with them, Kosushi and Fumina.
Dad, even if you're the CEO, is it okay to mix personal feelings with business?
Hearing what Madison and her parents said made me realize it's time to cut ties, so this is a good opportunity. There's also the risk that your foolish actions could tarnish the company's name.
That's a smart risk management move, CEO.
In this age where anything can spread online, I think it's the right decision.
In other words, the CEO is not mixing personal feelings at all.
Aren't you the one mixing personal feelings?
Oh? Then I guess I'll have to terminate my contract with Aiken Corp.
That's not fair, Madison.
Silence. Madison and I have agreed, so this is how it will be. Listen well, I am now a stranger to you both. I will not pay a single cent for your wedding.
What? But we already signed the contract. We can't afford it.
Madison, you're wealthy, right? Help us pay for the wedding.
No way.
Then Mom and Dad, can you pay? You must have some savings.
Oh? I thought we already cut ties with you.
That's right. So, Kosushi and Fumina, you'll have to figure it out on your own.
With their last resort completely gone, Kosushi and Fumina.
Please. We've already spent all of Grandma's inheritance.
You spent all that inheritance already? You're a genius at wasting money.
Madison, please. We've already sent out invitations to our friends and acquaintances.
You can tear up those invitations, soak them in water, spread them thin, and dry them to make postcards. Then you can write apology notes on them. It's an immediate cost-saving measure.
That's true. Minimizing waste is the key to a frugal lifestyle.
But if you've already made the invitations, that's money down the drain.
Absolutely.
Mom, Dad, Madison, please help us just this once.
No way. Neither Noah nor I have any intention of reversing our decision to cut ties.
I'll apologize. I'll apologize for everything I've done.
If you have time to apologize, you have time to find the money for your wedding.
Please, Dad. Everyone expects a lavish wedding because I'm the CEO's daughter.
That's not my concern. I won't attend anyone else's wedding either.
Please forgive us and let bygones be bygones, Madison.
I told you to brace yourselves, didn't I? Work together as a couple and do your best. Goodbye.
We left Kosushi and Fumina to their pleas and went home. The CEO expressed his gratitude to Madison, saying it was a good opportunity. Although Kosushi and Fumina were already married, their life fell apart, leading to a divorce. Due to the CEO's intervention, they were also cut off by all relatives, leaving them with no one to turn to. Kosushi, having severed ties with us, had no one to rely on either. Because of their chaotic personal lives, they had to cancel the wedding last minute and bore the full cost. They had chosen a very expensive plan to show off, resulting in significant debt. Consequently, they were left with a life full of debt and hardship. As for our family,
I never imagined Madison would buy us a house.
Well, I promised, didn't I? When I was still in elementary school.
But
While we were eating our budget pasta together, I said I would become rich and buy you a houses.
Madison, you remembered that?
Of course, I said it myself. Ah, I'm so glad I could make it happen.
Back then, Madison was only 7 years old. She smiled brightly as she said she would become rich and buy a house, and she truly accomplished it. The house had a study that Noah always wanted and a spacious, convenient kitchen for me, who loves cooking. Every corner of the house was filled with Madison's kindness and love. Noah and I were deeply grateful that she grew up to be such a kind person. Someday, Madison will leave this house to get married. When that time comes, we will wholeheartedly bless her. Every time we saw Madison's happy smile, both Noah and I felt truly blessed and happy. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.